I am not here to debate with anyone. I have devoted all of my adult life to this subject. I only debate with my equals. All others I teach.
Yeah, let me go ahead and let me help some of you out. All right, let me help you out. I cut myself shaving, but let me help you out real quick. Some of y'all got it wrong. You got Big J all the way messed up. You really got me fucked up in the game here. Um, I'm not here to please any of you. So this idea that I want, or this massive following online, that's secondary to the fucking goal. That's secondary. What's also is secondary is I'm not going to tote a party line. And I know what y'all going to say. What you mean by party line? I'm not talking about Democrat, Republican, Green, or Libertarian. What I'm talking about party line is I don't do tribal politics. I don't do, and this is what really disturbs a lot of some of you who think I'm going, because I am who I am, I'm supposed to tout your way of thinking based upon of a shared racial or a shared sexual identity. This channel is not for everyone. Just because you are this, that, and the third, does that mean I'm going to allow to put up with your bullshit. See, the problem with most of you, you are being conditioned to think a certain way. You cannot claim you from a proud group of people, and then all you do, you use this time to fuck with other people and try to run what somebody else's platform is. You could put all that pussy in my fucking face. That does not mean shit. All the pussy, the ass, you might throw in my fucking face. That's still not going to change my fucking mind about a goddamn thing. You can send me all the money you want. You're not going to change my fucking mind. So let's get with that issue real quick. You're not going. None of you niggas are going to try and what's the word? Manipulate. Y'all try to manipulate. And some of you tried to do this bullshit for years. It's been over 15 years. You niggas been trying to manipulate the outcomes. In order to get me on your way of thinking. Let me be real with you. I'm an arrogant ass nigga. No, scratch that. I have not. I just lied on myself. I have not. But because you think, because my channel is small and because and so forth, y'all think, well, let me just bring views to Big J's channel by creating trauma and drama. You can keep that shit. Okay? Some of y'all can keep that bullshit. I know I'm not popular on Black YouTube. I'm not very liked on Black YouTube, and I don't give two flying fucks. But I do know this, though. You're not going to disrespect me and get away with it. That's the point. So whoever I may associate with, it's none of your goddamn business. Or anybody's fucking business. So I hope, though, you're being helped by what I'm telling you. So if you want to unsub, you can go ahead and do it. I really don't give a fuck. My message is clear. We are living in a world where we're being grifted with emotional messages, and then we're gaslight to proceed with it. you're not a man until you do X, Y, and Z. You're not a black man if you do A, B, C. Well, if you're not an American if you do G, H, and I. Everybody's being gaslit with these images that will, the image, and then we are supposed to follow the lead. I've been here too long to know there is that I see patterns. I see patterns. Experience tells me patterns are being formed. It's amazing, right? That I was watching these videos about BIGJXXX Ramaswamy and seeing those white folks trashing BIGJXXX Ramaswamy and trashing people like Dinesh D'Souza, or trashing the wife of the vice president, or trashing the Nikki Haley. Now, if you go back during the Obama years, white conservatives was like seals clapping their hands together at a circus when the Dinesh D'Souza was making fun of black people. When a few months ago, last year or early this year, BIGJXXX Ramaswamy was over here, well, not here, but over there in Cleveland, talking about how it's black people's fault for those two Russian white people putting hands on black folks, and got these heritage Americans, FWAs, foundational white Americans. You know what? And I'm about to go here about that foundational shit in a minute, because I'm about to go here on that all these people calling stuff foundational, FBA, and all. No, we about to go here with this in a minute. But anyway, I digress. You got these Negroes being hounded on Twitter, hounded on social media by white supremacists with this Indian BIGJXXX Ramaswamy. And now since black people are now in this stupor as a whole, now they turn on the Indian and Pakistan and South Asian community, talking about, oh, you're Hindu, you're not a Christian, using code words. Now, while they're bashing the Indians, you Negroes use the same tactics that you criticize white people do. Now, there used to be a saying called "both can be true at the same time." I used to hate that term when I hear people say that. Oh, both can be true at the same time. Usually women be saying that, right? But I hate when people say that term. But at the same time, I might be hypocritical. I'm going to use it. When it comes to the tethers, okay? When it comes to the tether community, the Caribbean, the African, the black people who come from nations that are majority black, I understand why we recoil. And yes, I do have a problem with you tethers. I do. But I'm not stupid enough, like most of the so-called, and I refuse to use the term FBA, African Americans, to get onto the get into the xenophobia narrative. I refuse to get on. Why? Because I'm sounding like the people that you niggas criticize. See, let me help you out. White supremacy does not require you to be white. The user of white supremacy does not require that person to be white. You don't, and no, better yet, in other words, you don't have to be white to be a white supremacist. You don't have to be white to practice white supremacy. See, I'm a good student of history. There was a riot in 1891. And this was when the Italian Americans went into New Orleans, 1891. And there was a governor at the time called Nicholas. Those who are in Louisiana, you might know of the university called St. Nicholas University. Some of y'all might heard of that university. But anyway, the namesake of that university is Nicholas State, right? I'm sorry. I don't know why I said St. Nicholas. Well, hell, it's Christmas. Well, it's after Christmas. Sorry. But anyway, Nicholas State University. Well, Nicholas put up some propaganda pieces all over the southern part of Louisiana. Now, black people has already been, it's 30 years after the end of slavery. 25 years after the end of slavery, rather. Reconstruction has failed. So when these Italian Americans came over, and then when a police chief or police officer, rather, got deleted, the former governor, rather, put up these signs talking about they're taking your jobs. Black people in Louisiana and primarily around the New Orleans area joined with the white Anglos, or the white French, whatever you call them, the local whites, to go after and lynch the Italian Americans, I'm sorry, not Italian Americans, the Italians that just immigrated a few weeks ago. There is a movie about that. There is a movie about that, and they actually brought this up. That brought this up about the tension between the black people and the black people of New Orleans versus the Italian immigrants that moved in. Let me say this right now. Why are you niggas falling for the okie doke? You're too busy trying to fight them when you are just a pawn on that chessboard. I don't know if many of y'all play chess. Now, I'm not good at chess. I'll play when I get on YouTube. I'll play chess and I play pool. But I understand the role of that pawn. The pawn is there to block whatever move that the rank member of the chessboard. The pawn is there is to sacrifice himself in order to save that queen, that king, the rook, and the bishop. And sometimes the knight. Right, exactly. Somebody is educated on over here. Finally, somebody is educated. The 1891 lynching and see, history is repeating itself. Everybody is after each other's throats, and nobody cannot see the bigger picture of it all. See, I'm going to say this straight up. You got nobody to blame but yourself if you can't see what the fuck that's going on. Black people, particularly black men, in 1891 was used as a pawn to go against the Italian immigrants. But let's go back to 2020s, the 2020s, or should I say the post-Obama world, right? The world that was post-Obama. Let's use Chicago, right? And you hear these Negroes on over here saying that, well, what about Chicago? There's immigrants coming into Chicago. And then you have all these black YouTubers talking about the Mexicans coming into Chicago. What about our black jobs? You bringing these people, turn Chicago red. You know, I'm watching this city council meeting in Chicago. The mayor, who I'm not a fan of, and let me say this right now, I'm not here to defend the mayor. But you niggas need to start thinking. So the mayor is sitting there, and this black woman who had the shirt on said, "Turn Chicago red," got there and say, "Well, you bringing all these immigrants in here. Let's turn Chicago red." Not knowing that the governor of Texas and the governor of Florida and the governor of Arkansas is shipping Venezuelans and Colombians and Guatemalans to Chicago with airplanes, with one-way airplane tickets, bus tickets, train tickets, in the promise of quote-unquote jobs. And now we got black people making videos saying stupid shit about immigrants. While at the same time they're saying turn Chicago red. While at the same time, what is red? What you mean by turning Chicago red? You mean turning Chicago Republican? Well, how can you say that when you niggas know that the governor of Texas, the governor of Florida, and the governor of Arkansas are red? Texas, Arkansas, and Florida, and pretty much most of Dixie is red. You niggas are sheep. Now, having said that, let me make myself clear. Let me make myself clear while I'm here telling you what time it is. You niggas who come from the Caribbean, you Negroes that come from the African continent, I suggest you shut the fuck up. We're not on that Pan-African shit. That Garveyism is dead. The Marcus Garvey, y'all try to bring the Marcus Garvey experience to America. No, Marcus Garvey, and shout out to Taz on this. Shout out to Taz and Nyla on this when that was on TRS on Talk Real Solutions years ago. Why should we embrace Garveyism when Marcus Garvey can sit there and tell people that we need black unity, but at the same time he beefed and destroyed and undermined other black leaders, black American leaders, while his black ass came from Jamaica. He undermined black leaders of the early part of the 20th century in their movements. So I don't want to hear that bullshit either. And let me say this something too, though. about you tethers. Okay? Y'all come from countries that are majority black. That's 90% black, if not more. The poor man, and the rich man, and everybody in between is of one race. So by that logic, there is no quote unquote glass ceiling when it comes to a race. But in the United States, in the Western world, Great Britain, United States, Canada, there is a glass ceiling. And you niggas from the Caribbean and Africa, you don't know that shit about the glass ceiling. Shut up. We already know about pulling yourselves up by your bootstraps. You know nothing, and yet you niggas are talking. Sit down and shut the hell up. Say again, both can be true at the same time. Just because I told the tether to shut the fuck up does not mean you niggas have carte blanche to do this, to do the tactics that white men are doing, the xenophobia. Because right now, they're being xenophobia on everybody. And if in actuality, after they get rid of the fucking immigrants, your black ass is next. See, I'm gonna say something about the Western world. And what I say does not just apply to the United States. I'm applying this to the people of the United Kingdom. First they criticize the Muslims. Then they criticize. It's like the old Jewish poem. First they came for the Muslims, but because your black ass ain't Muslim, you don't give a fuck. For now though, they're coming after the Indian. Well, you know what? That's why the Indians might want to. They might want to recite that Jewish poem. But anyway, let's keep it moving. You Ramaswamis of the world. But anyway, back to the point. But because you're not Indian, you don't give a fuck. Then they came for the Hispanics. And yes, Hispanics is jump on that Trump bullshit, not understanding Trump is trying to get rid of their asses too. See, there is a pattern. I always see patterns. You know, I'm looking at Kelly Ray. Kelly Ray, yeah. I gotta go off on Kelly Ray again. Because she sit there and talk about America first shit. Do you know the origins of the term America first? Kelly Ray? Because if you know about the origin of the term America first came from the 1850s of the nativist movement that was part of the Whig Party, which was trying to exclude people based on religion. Now, I'm assuming you are an Irish woman. I'm assuming, for all intents and purposes, let me just assume you are either Irish or Polish. Okay? I'm going to use that as examples, right? If you would have migrated to the United States in the 1850s, they would put signs for your white ass that say that, oh, you do not belong because you are not Anglo. That's a sidebar argument. Let me get right back to where I was at about these Negroes. All right, this is that was a sidebar argument. Let me get right back because there's threads here. There's a lot of threads in this web, in this pattern. Now everybody's having this conniption fit. I'm watching I'm watching Turning Point USA. White men use the term heritage Americans. Black people use that term FBA. While at the same time, sooner or later, and you know what? Let me get back. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm sorry. I gotta apologize to myself. I gotta apologize to y'all because I was going somewhere earlier. Now, since they are going after the Indians and Hispanics and all that, sooner or later, black people are going to be the next or the final boss. Just like the pool table. Just like if you playing billiards, playing pool. You knock every color off, and that white ball is knocking off the red, the blue, the striped balls, and everything else in between. And that black 8 ball is the last one. And you and y'all too y'all too full of yourselves to think that you're not on the chopping list, while at the same time you're talking about white supremacy. And a lot of you niggas are practicing white supremacy along with this white man, and then knowing the fact he needs you out the way, but yet you are the source of the he's gonna use you as a pawn to get rid of the other people because he sees you or should know. Because the mud seals among the white population sees that you are the source of their problem. See, the mud seals see black people because they see the image, right? They see the image of you being the welfare queens and you being the 13% that commit the 50% of crimes, and you know they've been fed with this propaganda. And let me get back to 1891. Let me get back to 1891 in New Orleans. Governor Nicholas was a wealthy man. But who was lynching these Italians? Poor whites and Negroes. poor whites and Negroes. And who benefit from it? The poor whites did not like the black people. They was their former slave masters. Or no, there was the former slave masters of those Negroes. They joined forces to kick out and slain the Italian immigrants. But who benefited? Not the mud seals, not the poor whites, but Governor Nick Nicholas, the man who put out the propaganda to get these poor whites and these Negroes to attack the Italian immigrants. He benefited. You don't. So now in the 21st century, the early years of the 21st century, has any black person benefit off of going after the tether community, going after the Pan-Africans? No. Has the Indians who, when I say Indians, I'm talking about you dot Indians. I ain't talking about you feathers. I'm talking about the dot Indians. Has the dot Indians like you Womaswames and your the Nest, the Sujas, have y'all benefit from trashing black people just to get next to white people? And now white people are now attacking y'all? Oh, no. You hadn't benefit shit either. Has the poor white man in the Deep South, is he benefiting from attacking black people and anybody else who is not white? He's still living his trailer park. He's still drinking himself to death. He's beating up his wife. He's over here molesting his children. He's over here, his son is over here shooting up schools and shit. He ain't benefiting from a goddamn thing. But who's benefited from all of this? Oh, the preacher who got the Bible in one hand and the American flag in the other. That's who's benefiting from it. You know also who benefit from this? The tech companies that's run by you, Elon Musk of the world, the Peter Thiels of the world. That's who benefiting from this shit. You know what's also benefit from this? Y'all's Lord and Savior, Donald John Trump. See, I'm a historian. I went to university as a double major. One of my majors was history. The other major, which I ain't gonna tell y'all what it was in the scope of this argument of this live stream. But the thing is, I see patterns, and since we back on this pattern, right? Because I mentioned foundational. Don't come on my channel and try to tell me who that I'm a colonizer and I allow white people on my goddamn channel when you quote a white bitch. When y'all sit there and say foundational black America, then where the foundational black America came from? Who coined the term? It was not no goddamn Tariq Nasheed. Ann Coulter coined that term in wrong year. It was November of 2013. No, excuse me, November 2012. because Obama just won the second term. She was mad at Mitt Romney. She was mad at Paul Ryan, and she was on that TV show talking about foundational. We need to do something for black people because the Democrat Party is going to get rid of the black population. They're going to go to the Hispanic community, and then because black people are foundational. She kept using that word. Black people are foundational. Black people are foundational. Then she said a few years later, foundational black Americans. Now here comes Tariq Nasheed. See, I see patterns. That's why I said, and I'm gonna be arrogant. That's why I should be the only goddamn person to talk. I see the okie doke being laid out. That's why when I see these white conservatives and you black coon ass niggas keep talking about Chicago and Democrat cities and all that shit. Okay, then what about Fresno, California? What about goddamn Omaha, Nebraska? What about goddamn rural Colorado, where it's Republican led cities and it's majority white, but yet they got more crime than in by percentage than Chicago? That's why some of y'all put bounties on me when I tell the goddamn truth. And that's why I said this right now. My channel isn't for everyone. And some of you got the fucking nerve to dictate, trying to maneuver your ass to get some people off, some of my supporters off this channel. I see it. And let me say this right now. I'm not pro-black. I'm not B1. I don't subscribe to those ideologies. Tough if you don't like it. But I stand where the fuck I stand at. Now, I hope we got each other clear in this motherfucker. Because I see the bigger picture. You niggas don't. You niggas are too new. You don't know shit. I'm looking at this one nigga, Fighter Complex 7, going to put out a video about white liberals versus black MAGA. And I'm about to do a video on his ass, though. Talking about Kodak Black. Donald Trump is not a racist because he bailed out Kodak Black. Oh, yes, I'm about to go in on his ass. That was the stupidest video I ever saw. You niggas do not deserve to be talking because you don't know what the fuck you talking about. Because Kodak Black was and first of all, Donald Trump did not pardon Kodak Black. He commuted his sentence. Fighter Complex 7. The only reason why Donald Trump did it because that was on his last day of office in 2021. Because it happened on January 19, 2021. His last hours in office before Biden came in. Well, yeah, man. Donald Trump pardoned Kodak Black because yeah, man, he likes black people. Really, my nigga? What about Miss Shakur in Cuba? She was a freedom fighter. What about Leonard, what's his name? The Native American dude who was locked up in California, who fought the FBI when that was intruding into his Native American um, reservation. Why not bail him out? Why not bail out some of these American political prisoners then? Why not pardon Robert F. I forgot the guy who wrote that book called the Negro and the Gun. Pardon them people. Why Kodak Black? Kodak Black is a self-hating ass nigga. He's talking about how he hate his dark skin. But and since we own that, and since we own that shit about Kodak Black hating his own self being dark skinned and having a problem with dark skinned women and him putting light skinned women over dark skinned women. Wait a minute. Let's talk about that. I was accused on this channel by somebody who says that I must be a light skinned nigga, a light skinned man who put white women on the pedestal. But y'all following the narrative what the powers that be is doing. See, I don't follow shit. But I know y'all are women. Y'all, I know I might sound sexist. I might sound I don't want to sound misogynistic. I don't want to sound patriarchal. But it seems to me you're following what people are saying. So I'm assuming you're doing it out of female nature. But who knows, right? I follow no goddamn body. Because most of the world is sheep. I don't follow taglines and doing what everybody else does. Just because I'm black does not mean my channel doesn't mean I should do what Sherrod does, or I should do what DJ Witch Doctor does, or do what so-and-so else channel does. Yeah. How about that? How about apologizing to the Central Park 5? Yes, that's the guy's name. Plester. The native Leonard Plester. That's his name. George, you are a godsend. I'm gonna tell you that right now, George. You are an educated man about these American political prisoners. If Donald Trump was really giving a fine fuck, he would have got Leonard Plester. He would have got Tupac's and out of a jail before both of them died. I'm really getting tired. See, people not following, people not seeing the okie doke. And yes, going back to what Unconditional said, the 1891 lynching riot, the riot that started the lynching in 1891. I think people might want to research that, because there's a lot of levels to that. Who benefit from that? It wasn't the black people in New Orleans. It wasn't the white underclass. of New Orleans. It surely was not the Italians, but it was the guy who put out the propaganda out. I'm with you, young man. I'm with you, white man. My fellow white man. When that man's on the top is a top 5% of Louisiana society, while he's putting his hand on the shoulder of the poor white mud seals, and then he slide his ass to the former slave, the former slaves, and say, "Hey, we love you, black man. We emancipate you. They're stealing your job. These Italians over here stealing your jobs. They're the real enemy, not us white Americans." So everybody getting themselves killed, hurt and killed and everything. And then who is making the money? Wasn't the whites, wasn't the poor whites, and it was not the black, it wasn't the Negroes, and it was surely was the Italians, because the Italians was dead. It was the person who put out the propaganda. I wonder if people ever read or actually study the history. I said real history. None of that bullshit about we was kings and real, real history like, oh, we was Indians and shit. No, I'm talking real legitimate history that you can actually look up on a book, that you can draw newspaper articles from. And yes, there is a movie about this starring what's his name? Christopher Walken. You know what? Let me do this real quick. I forgot what the movie called now. Because Christopher Walken played he played the governor. Hold on. Let me find this movie real quick. Let me try to find real quick for y'all. Let me scroll down. Real quick. Hold on. Let me scroll down. The movie was made in the 90s. Vendetta. That's the movie. That's the movie I'm talking about. It's called Vendetta. It was made in the 90s. You know what? Let me go ahead and show it then. Let me go ahead and show it. Yeah, Vendetta. Yeah. It's an HBO movie. Yeah, it was on HBO. Yes. I remember the movie. In fact, though, let me go ahead and show you. If you watch this movie, you can see parallels of what's going on today. Yes, the 1891 lynchings of 11 Italian Americans. And there was one scene in that movie where the old black man was telling the young black man, "Don't go to that riot." Yes, Governor Francis T. Nicholas. He put out that propaganda out, saying, "Oh yeah, man, yeah, black man, attack the Italians." And then he went to the poor whites and telling the poor whites, "Well, it's the Italians' fault. They're taking away your jobs." Make America great again. America first. Where you think America first came from? Right. Right. No, hold on. See, somebody got their thinking cap on over here. This made the mafia push back from knockoff cops and like what they did. Bruh, bruh. If people would actually know the history, they wouldn't be doing these stupid ass online talking points. They wouldn't be saying some of this dumb shit on these panels and on these live streams. They wouldn't. That's why I said some of you niggas need to be eradicated because you're getting in the way of what needs to be addressed. For real. In fact, that movie is on YouTube, by the way. Hold on. Yes, that movie is on YouTube. Because I saw it last year. Let me hold on. Let me do this. Because I saw this movie when I was in high school. Now I ain't gonna play it. But here it is. Yeah. I want to if you this is the movie I'm talking about. And there's that one scene in that movie where that old black man was telling uh the young black man don't do not get involved in this shit. Because the white man hates your ass too. That's what the old man was telling the younger one. The white man hates you too. Why you allow yourself to be used? You know, I'm going to have to rewatch this movie and find that clip. I got to watch this rewatch this movie and find that clip because the clip only was on like 15 seconds, but that was that because it tells it all in 15 seconds what was going on. You was being used. And this goes right back to people in my chat room trying to get me to do some bullshit. Let me tell you something. This channel is not colonized by no goddamn body. Just because I'm friends with somebody does not mean I give up my blackness for no goddamn body. I don't do identity politics. Let's get this straight. I hope we understand one another. I don't do identity politics is second. It's secondary to everything else. Some of y'all just mad. Some of y'all just mad because I don't have because I'm not close to some of y'all. Because some of y'all want some bullshit. But anyway, you know what I'm gonna do? Hold on. Let me try to find the let me try to find the sound the clip of the old black man trying to warn the young black man, do not hey don't do not go over there. Don't go over there. Let me try to find it real quick. Okay? I'm trying to find that clip. Hold on. I'm trying to find that clip. I think that this is when they was at that fish market scene. Hold on. I'm trying to find it. Hold on. Let me try to find it.
I did it. I don't die for him.
Now, it seems like they don't have much to hold you on. The best they can hope for here is a conspiracy. And I think that's wishful thinking.
It would happen. Not been true.
No.
So stop being nervous.
Yeah, well, I'm sure you are. There's a lot of innocent men in Paris.
Oh, but you know what? You know
Why
what
didn't
though?
they shoot you?
Objection.
You know
Asking
what
the witness
though?
to speculate.
Hold on. Let's use this scene real
Maybe they
quick.
didn't see you.
Let's use this scene.
Maybe.
Right?
Cause of the dog. You keep a gun behind your bar?
No crime in that.
So you heard shooting, and you ran out.
Okay, hold on. Where's that scene at? Okay, I think this is one of the scenes.
Shot the chief, and that he turned state's evidence. Man did not save himself like.
Yeah, this is one of the key points. You got this black man in the courthouse telling lying on this Italian just because he's trying to get close to the y'all gotta watch this movie. And this is why this FBA tether bullshit is getting out of hand. That's why this Donald Trump shit, MAGA, America First shit get out of hand. And y'all just don't see who is benefiting from this. While y'all over here lying on one another, when you're a poor person against another poor person, and who is collecting the check?
You were on Girard Street the night of Chief Hennessy's murder?
See. See, yeah. Y'all might, I know this is a movie, y'all might just want to read the case and shut the fuck up. You know nothing, but yet you're talking. And that's really the problem. Anyway, since this is a movie and everything, let me do this real quick again. Let me do this again because it's fair use. Only doing a part of the movie, but there is another part of the movie that is a 2-hour movie, and I'm trying to find that part where the old black man was telling the young one the old black man was telling this nigga right here, listen, bruh. Why you with those white folks knowing them white and you lying on those Italians for? I gotta find that scene. That scene is somewhere around here somewhere. It's been a long minute. I gotta find that clip. It's around here somewhere. It's around like the hour mark to almost to close to the end when the old black man was telling them, man, bro, you why you get involved in this bullshit? I'm about to watch this movie again. I ain't watching it in a long ass time. So why do y'all keep falling for the okie doke? You know. But anyway, I'm waiting for an email to come because I was planning on doing a live stream, and there's somebody from Brazil I want to talk to, and I'm waiting for the email because I'm gonna have this person on the panel. Because like this whole Floyd J Rillo issue, passport bro shit need to be talked about more and everything. So anyway, I'm gonna say something. You know what? Do anybody got a problem with what I just said? Does anybody got a problem with what I said the last 1 hour and 6 minutes of this, of what I said the last hour and some change? Does anybody have a problem with what I said? Because again, I'll help you out. I see nobody saying the word. I see I don't have no problems then. I have no uh uh rejections. Let me help you out. Let me help a whole lot of you out. First of all, facts matter, not your goddamn opinion. Let me also help you out. Don't try your racial identity politics shit on me, because that shit does not work. I don't give two flying fucks about your race, your gender, or your goddamn sexual orientation. That really don't give. I'll give two no flying fucks about that shit either. What's going on? Okay, Mel said we're back, and you said you have no problems. Okay. Well, since there's no rejections to this, and since it's 7:31 a.m. Central Time, I'm gonna call this a day. I'm gonna take my ass to bed. First I'm gonna eat me some breakfast, then I'm gonna take my ass to bed. And let me say this to a few people: do not try to dictate on who I have on my goddamn channel. If you don't like who's on my channel, then fucking leave. Big J out. Happy Tuesday to you, Mella. Happy Tuesday to you. I'm out.
I am not here to debate with anyone. I have devoted all of my adult life to this subject. I only debate with my equals. All others I teach.